Well, here we are for round two of the Ed and John show. We're going to have Ed and John have fun with brain cancer and talk about it. Ed and I are having a really interesting conversation I think we want to share with you about what he feels this disease is taking from him. And you were telling me very eloquently about how it begins to take your life away in small bits. Maybe you want to talk about that a bit.
Yeah, the first part was not really having easy access to the bathroom because I couldn't get myself around that well, and Jeremy put me in some handles. But it's like you get that, you learn how to do that at such a young age, and then because it starts taking away some of your abilities, and in my case my head still seems to function fine and I know exactly what I want to do, but I just can't physically do it sometimes, and you have to, it's like you're constantly on a mental drag because you have to think things through that were so easy to do.
Things you always did your whole life.
Yeah,
You suddenly can't do anymore.
Always, it was like going to the bathroom's automatic. You know, sitting up to the sink and just getting a glass of water or stuff like that. And what it starts taking that physical ability away in my case, that I have to think through it all, but yet the mental is still there. And that's where the big turmoil is. It's like one fighting against the other, and it's almost like it drains what energy you have through the thought process. So when it comes to the process of actually doing it, you are, and this probably isn't the best term, but you're like feeble at it. You're not really content at what you do. You have that little bird on your shoulder telling you you're going to fall down or you're going to do
start trusting your own competence.
Yes.
And your own strength.
Yeah.
Things that you always took for granted.
And you just, I mean, it was so, and one of the big things is you've been doing some of these things forever, it seems so.
Do you feel like you're losing control of this in a way, or you have control, any control, or is it just something you have to roll with?
A little bit of a combination. I think you have to roll with it and accept it fast. Whatever the change is, you have to accept it fast. Don't try to get in a pissing match with it. But I also think that you still, or I can personally, because my head is still working, I have enough where I can, if we have time enough between changes, I can adapt. I still have, I've been adapting to a lot of stuff, but it is tough.
You're saying it was relentless. It just,
yes, it never
like
gives
every day
up.
it takes something away from you.
Yeah, it seems so. And like, I grab a hold of the walker to get up, say to go, and if I make one little slip, if I haven't thought the process too, it's like they're big things. Those little slips seem to be big things. They aren't like they were. I mean, whoops, I just slipped on the ice, big deal or something. Now every little off seems to be magnified, and it's much bigger in your head and turns your thought process up to high automatically.
Does it affect things like your sense of humor?
No.
You always have had you're always quick to smile.
Yeah, I don't. People.
You're taking away your physical things.
Yeah, it's not taking away anything as far as what I've always portrayed, or that probably is Ed Gulley has portrayed what he is. I mean, he still looks at life as flat, the glass is half full. I love a good joke. I don't care. But it is a relentless thing. It's always in the back of your mind. One of the things every once in a while it comes up is there's been cartoons with the evil bird and the good bird.
Yeah, under the shoulder.
Yeah, and it's like that is a good way to put it. That little pissy ass bastard is always sitting there trying to put some shit in your coffee, regardless of what you're doing. The other guy, he's trying to be nice about it and just
encourage you.
Yeah, and he's the Ozzy. Ozzy is always chirping at me. Then this little bastard over here is always trying to piss on my coffee or in my coffee. But it's a big mental game, and it's a constant mental game.
You feel you're holding your own?
I still think I've got it. I'm under control. I've got a lot of paintings or drawings in my head. That's a big thing. We tried something different today. I didn't write the post out. I kind of told Carol what my poem was, but with everything going on, she hasn't gotten it up yet. That's probably the time management is probably, I would put as almost the hardest thing, because I don't know exactly at what level I am.
Right.
And so it's almost like I can't even say to you, I'm going to do this. Can you do this for me or do that? Or I'd like to, because nothing is really uniform.
Right.
It's constantly changing.
You're in a different world.
Yeah. But I'm developing a lot of poems in my head, and we get to write time management down, because now I don't even write them down. They're in my head, and I can tell them to people. And then they can just put them up on the blog. But I love the sketches.
So the creative part of it, that's working for you.
My favorite part is when I can sit here and just sketch different things, and I'm trying to
is
get.
there one thing you want to tell people from this message?
Oh, how would I put it? I'm not really big on the words never give up and, strong and all those. It's just, don't let your guard down. If you're in any similar situation like I am, don't give it a chance. Be there, always be kind of like, I would almost say the Boy Scout, be prepared.
Be conscious of it?
Yes, know it's there, and don't let it get its foot in the door before you notice when it wants to, because I call it, in my mind, it's like taking me from room to room. It takes me in a dark room, I have to adjust everything that's in there. Then it takes a little bit more of me, so it walks me into another room, and I have to learn to adjust to that. Just be ready. Be ready for whatever, and be prepared for what's going to be in that next step into that room. And I still believe I've got, the function is there, and I can still do it. I just have to make sure that I'm prepared.
You're thinking about it.
And know that I'm going to
step. This is good. This is a good message. I will pick this up again tomorrow, but I want to thank you. And I'm excited to be doing this with you. And
I'm excited to be doing it with you.
You've got a lot of good things to say, Mr. Gulley.
Thank you, John.
I'll talk to you later.